today. Today, I checked my hotel dates because last week the fact that there was no night on the 13th scared me, and I checked and I'm good. I'm super good. Victoria, how is it going?
I'm really happy that you are good. I wanted to ask you here regarding Orchard Harvest Conference and everyone else that do you see our posts on LinkedIn and X and also on Facebook regarding the speakers?
Hope you don't ask me because I don't do any of these things. So.
But you can also see it on GitHub as well. I just wanted to mention it that I post a new speaker daily, and we would really appreciate if you repost it or like it or even comment because that helps the algorithm to get more people attentions. And we have only a few left, and once I'm done, the whole program will be available for everyone. And yes, you can see the speakers here as well, but we are posting their topics as well on the other channels.
Let's see the sessions here. So it's not here.
No, it's now it's on like LinkedIn or GitHub or Facebook or even X. You can find it.
I can't find it.
I pasted the link in the conversation for the LinkedIn Orchard core group.
Yeah, and I always link the site for the tickets as well, and we still have the early bird discount for it.
Group. So maybe I should join this group on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think you should.
So do you have a link also for Facebook?
I can find that, but I'm not sure we are posting them on Facebook. Let me search for it.
Mention GitHub, which I have.
Orchard core.
Should we see discussions? This one.
So URL, yeah. Friendly URL. Okay,
whoa.
you can see them.
Fancy.
And on Discord, obviously.
Boy, so many.
Oh yeah, and also on Discord. Yes, thank you.
Like I open Discord. It's okay, people do.
Yeah, we have a discussion regarding Orchard Harvest, and I post there as well the topics.
Yeah, so I guess it helps if you are liking and replying on your social networks. I try to do it on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Sorry. So I just wanted to say that I always see that some of you are liking and commenting. I really appreciate it, but I wanted to tell the community that if you can join to this crowd, I would really appreciate it.
That's the wrong Christoph. Now, like two Christophs, and you ping the wrong one. It's funny. But he's from Prague or so. You should join us.
Yeah, you should tell him. as well. We should encourage everyone to join us.
I know this guy. I've seen him.
And
I know this guy. I've seen him.
Are you going to make one about Shay? About Shay?
Shy. We say Shy.
Shy. Sorry.
Shy Antoine, who's French. Maybe you don't know that, but he's French.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
He lives in, so he's, yeah, so Shy.
Yeah, of
Microsoft.
Course. Yeah, of course. I have already done it. I'm posting one daily. I think we have 4 tasks left. So I'm posting each every day.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gone. So Shy works at Microsoft. I met him like a long time ago, 7 years ago, or more, 8, something like that. When he was working not for Microsoft, but he was already the NPG SQL author, because he's the NPG SQL author. NPG SQL being the Postgres.NET driver, and he came to our offices in Redmond to work with me and the F team on the perf of NPG SQL, because we were starting the Tech Empower effort. And so he was a contractor at some point for 1 or 2 months. And then a few months later, he got hired by Microsoft because of the exceptional work. And then, so I've worked with him for a few months at the office. And then moved to Germany a few years ago, around COVID, I would say. So he's working from Germany now. So yes, he's French, but he speaks French, English, Hebrew, German, like crazy. So he's a genius. So that's nice person. Yeah, you can speak French to him, Shai. He speaks French like you and me. Good. So next. Harvest. Do we have demos? Topics. I don't see the usual demo makers, but we have Orchard Core. Orchard 1, there has been some work on Orchard 1. I've seen something. Look at that. So much work. Good. Like, Elect is on fire again. Gulp pipeline install fixing the thing. We saw an issue recently about the Gulp pipeline being broken on Orchard 1. Windows 2025 runners, which I should maybe related to the fact that GitHub has updated the Windows runners versions. We broke some things with the dependencies. And then lots of commits on the dev branch. Fixing issues, launching PRs. It can't be PRs because it's under his name. But doing a lot of work there. Good job, Benedek. Thank you. Orchard Core, what do we have here? We have a release 2.2 branch, but no tag, so it's not shipped yet. So that's the only commit after 2.20. Enable liquid tag. So let's go back time here. On the 16th here, so we have this one, evaluate title and TextField pattern clone events. I'm surprised by that. We had 23rd. Why was it done? Really? Or maybe we mentioned that last week. Okay, maybe. Oh, yes, that's what we talked about during the meeting, not during the triage. Okay, so we have that. It's just that the new feature, the text field patterns, now is also evaluated on clones. That's a new thing. DisplayType constants, so some refactoring to use some constants for the common display types. Summary admin, detail admin, summary, detail admin, and so on. All the combinations you can find. Here, new contributor. Make an async method for GetPossibleOutcomesAsync. So making it async. And something I wondered after is that the other one is not obsolete. Not sure if we should not make it obsolete, because that doesn't make sense to have the two of them if they do the same thing. But there is no reason to have a non-async one in this case. So maybe we should make the other one obsolete, just to prevent confusion. Correct total count, not total. Cool. Elasticsearch. This one is a new thing from George. Someone mentioned that somewhere in between 2 and 3, because of a change in feed, breaking change in feed, which makes an option opt-in now for perf reasons, the liquid option, the liquid tag option. The liquid tag option is allowing templates to have the liquid tag. There is no example here, I believe, of the liquid tag. But now it allows to have a configuration section to say enable it. Not only that, but also to make it configurable by code. Because before it was just creating a new default one, a new liquid parser options. Now it's making it dependency in I options. So this can be configured by any module or your app itself. And also by configure options using the configuration section. Okay, by default. It's disabled by default for perf reasons. This was enabled by default because it doesn't have any perf impact. And it's super useful. We use it, so we need that. And there are more options that you can configure. The liquid tag, I'm not sure we will find. We won't find it there. Oh, yes, there is one. Okay, the liquid tag is a tag named liquid. Oh, that's beautiful. There's a nice example here. So instead of having multiple tags here, like the tag, assign tag, case tag, when tag, and so on, we just create a liquid block, and then every new line is a tag. That's the idea. Okay. This is quite a nice page. A liquid tag. That's how it works. But it makes the parser much more complex because it can't detect that anymore. It has to remember that it is in the context of a liquid tag, and then every new line look for a tag instead and check that it is correctly a tag. So that makes things much harder and slower. And not everyone is using it, so yeah.
For the 2.2 releases, we enabled it by default because it's a breaking change.
Yep.
Just to let you know.
So clicking there, good reminder here. Porting the same thing, but with true somewhere. True here. Oh, that's bad. How are you doing here?
No, it's overridable by the config.
Okay, the config is, well, you should have put it through them there because it's the default. Because if they, yeah, it's dangerous. So you should not override by the config and set the config to be default. Oh, I see what you, no, you need to, okay. You need to force the value to true first.
Because it's false by default.
Yeah. Thank you.
I need to do it.
Add node title to each outcome to the workflow. What can it be?
It's in the workflow editor TS. Yes, this.
On the arrows, sorry, to show the name of the outcome.
Yeah, this
know
is
which one it is.
Something that annoyed me for years, and
not for years because we have that in option 1.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's true. Right now you have to click the thing to see what it is, to drag and drop it and to see, oh, that's not the correct one. That's not the one I wanted. Let's see.
Yes.
Okay, good job. I believe there must be a screenshot.
I don't think so.
Why? Oh. Yes, cool. Azure.Communication package is updated. Sticker and NJsonSchema. Now, associate shape speed from template files to all labeled feature. Yeah, okay. So we saw that on Thursday. And you find cases where the templates were not assigned to the correct feature, but it's mostly working today because we are mostly using the same pattern, which is one feature per module. And the default feature, the first feature being always enabled. But in some cases, if the second feature is the one enabled, then it won't find its correct templates. They are assigned to the wrong feature. Right? So you fixed it. So now it will correctly assign the shapes to the correct feature. Oh, no, sorry, to all the features, right, of the module.
To all features of the module.
Because we don't know when we have a shape.
Features.
Yeah, when we have a shape, we don't know to which feature it should be assigned to. So it was assigned to the first one, assuming it was the modules one, but no, it might not be enabled. And then we will not have the shapes. That's very interesting. Now I have one concern. What's the cost of having it assigned to all the features? Oh, so it's just for the blueprint, because then when we create a tenant, we will aggregate all the shapes for all the features that are enabled, but they are deduplicated, right? So in the end, they are still added once.
There are several more allocations, but it's only a shape descriptor.
But I mean, there won't be two shape descriptors now. If there are two
there
features.
Will be for each feature.
For each feature, but then when we create the
several thousand more after this,
But temporarily, right? Not just,
no, they are kept forever because it's shared for all tenants.
Correct. They are shared. But then when we create a tenant, we just use one.
Yes,
with point
it's
one.
one per application, but there are now a lot more in the application.
Yeah, because if we have a module with 7 features, now the shape is added to the 7 features. But
Right.
Is it the same reference or is it a new descriptor?
It's a new descriptor.
Isn't there a way to?
No, the descriptor is tied to the feature, so I had to duplicate it. Descriptor is the shape
Contains the feature
and
ID.
the
Okay.
feature. Yeah.
Feature shape descriptor.
Yeah, this one, if I remember correctly. The type and the feature.
So I think I made them. I didn't make them lazy. So yeah, that could be a huge cost here. And the shape descriptor. But it's created when we call describe. Okay, the ones where it was removed. You understand why now. We talked about it on Thursday. This was to prevent no, this was to create a distinct of something.
Yep.
Now it's single is dangerous. Why do you single here?
This is enforced above somewhere. It has to be one. This is the associating the extension to the shape template engine. It's in the constructor now.
Okay. Something I feel about this morning. This must be the latest. Something we can do now. What am I missing? I can't even write C#. Okay. Tinsburg is coming back. Okay. It works, okay? And okay, the idea is actually we use A, B, C. So you know this pattern when you do params array, and then in this case it will create an array, and or sometimes we have to do something like a to array. So to serialize the link query just because we want to pass an array. So in C#14, you can now do that. Does it work if I say this? Or is it broken? But I believe you can do that now. I broke everything. So that might just for our own knowledge, like, so we don't have to build an array all the time. We can pass anything. And I assume this also will work because that's the goal. So it will just create something that is enumerable, maybe an array, I don't know. But I believe we can do that now. Do any kind of collection in params, not just an array.
Yeah.
So
It's very good.
Because we changed it 2 weeks ago on SQL, we made to prevent an array. So we said now we accept an enumerable, something like that. So now we could, yeah, just to say that sometimes we don't. Now we don't have to pass an array to params happen. To be seen if we can use that in some places. But okay, here this is interesting. It will be nice to know the memory impact of that thing. It's just, it won't matter if you have 10 or 1,000 tenants, but now even for a single tenant, we have to create.
We have to create more, yes.
And there is no way that doesn't involve creating a custom folder to put shapes in, or custom folder or some attributes in the file itself, but they can be razor, they can be liquid. So that will mean also parse the thing, or maybe look for a token inside. I don't know, but yeah. Interesting. Or another way would be to make it explicit, like register the shapes for a feature. That would work.
Yeah.
The more discovery, just if you have a shape, tell us which one it is. For things that might be a problem, modules, we could do that. Features. This could also be some attributes on the features to list the shapes to include. Or yeah, some code, such that when we find a file, we say, oh, this is for this feature because we found out. And if we cannot find anything, we can say, okay, so let's assign it to everything. That would be backward compatible. Assign it to everything, unless one of the features has maps it, and then we're like, okay, this is for this feature. So it's not for everything. Unless thinking about it, is it correct? Because I assume the idea of the thing is that when we find a shape, we assign it to the feature which has the name of the module. And the intent was that if a module is enabled, it means it's actually just that a feature with the name of the default feature of the module is enabled. So we will not be able to have the default feature of the module not enabled. And if it can be disabled, it means you don't want the things which are in the default feature, which means you can just create a new feature that will be enabled by opt-in, not by default. Might have been the code here. So it would be interesting to know which module you found the issue with.
This was a user module.
Because maybe we
but
just
currently it was taking just the first enabled feature, no matter if it was the default or another one. But we could probably just create an internal feature which contains all shapes, and this always enabled,
because what we want
like
is
that.
What we want is the shapes to be available, right? When you enable something in the module.
Right.
So
yeah, maybe.
And they were assigned to one specific feature, but maybe not the one which was enabled. So if we assign
the issue occurs if you have two features.
Yeah, but
and
if we
they are both enabled in one tenant, and in the second tenant you have enabled just one feature, but it's the one which doesn't have the shapes. Then the shapes are missing from the second tenant.
That should happen also with just one tenant if it's assigned to a feature that is not enabled. Because if a shape is always assigned to one feature, what if you don't enable this feature? So it's just you were not able to see.
It will create a new descriptor if it doesn't has one yet. So if you just have feature A in tenant 1 and feature B in tenant 2, and you just enable one in each tenant, you're fine.
Yes, but what I mean is that if you have feature 1, A and B, before, in one tenant, one module, feature A and B.
Yes.
And you have a shape. The shape will be assigned to one feature.
Yeah.
What if you disable this feature, whatever it is, and you enable the other one? So you start the tenant, you have the two features, and you enable just one of them. And it works, okay. Then you disable it and you enable the other one. Then it will prove that it fails because it was not assigned to.
No, it will create a new shape descriptor for the other feature. But because if it's already available, it's cached per application, and then you've got a problem. It's a combination. So if you have multiple tenants.
So should we have then, as you mentioned, like a special feature to which we always assign the shapes?
Yeah, that was my idea.
And then when we build the tenants, we always have this enabled. Like it's if one of the features is enabled, there will also be this one.
Or remove the association to features completely and enable shapes every time.
Yes and no, because this can be beneficial not for other things than templates. You see, so yes, it's assigned. I understand that the shape is assigned to a feature because this comes from features. Our issue is that we are creating shapes from files, and at that point we're like, but which feature do we assign it to? So that's for this reason we might need a custom feature. But what you did is good. Like I assign it to all the features, and then, interesting.
Yeah, but it's only the enabled features, just to be clear. So if a feature is not enabled, it's not assigned to it.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, still.
Okay, well, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, we have to observe it if it is too many
options and what's the name? Concessions to how do you say that?
I don't know what you want to say.
Oh, Antoine, what's the English word for concession? I heard the word this morning. I don't remember. Concession. Not this one. The other one. What's stupid dictionary? Switch. Not this one. Yeah, it's good. Not the one I want. Concession. How do you say that in English? Oh. Not the one. Not this one. Oh, it has two meanings in French. Compromise. Compromise. That's the one I want. Okay. But in French, the same word means two things. And this one. Okay. Compromise. Yes, that's what I meant. So it's all about. There is another one that I'm looking for, but yeah, that's the idea. Find the correct solution. Okay.
Okay.
Which InvalidOperationException. Because yes, that's why I'm saying single is dangerous. Because you need at least one and not more than one. But you said, yeah, that was the contract. Okay, good. In this case, it could have been no match and then it would fail. In this case, just say, if there is no match, just don't fail, but log a warning. That is concerning. It's not.
But actually, I don't see how this could be failing. But he has opened another issue, which maybe give us more hints, but we can talk about it on Thursday.
Not this Thursday, though. But
next Thursday, all right.
Next Thursday.
Oh, it's yeah, okay.
Okay, fix is OpenID validation setting validation. Yeah, this was talked with Kevin, who said remove that. It's double validation and it's wrong because it was already validated by something, so it was fixed. Thank you, Patrick. Maybe it's a new contributor. See, Simon, it's not a new contributor. Found that this driver was applied on, well, not a driver, the sender was applied on all the fields, and it was breaking GraphQL if you have this feature enabled. So now it's filtering to not apply. Fixed title pattern editors. That is just renaming. Oh, that's something probably we talked about last week.
It's making the pattern required if you enable the option.
Okay. And from field, SmsMessage. Interesting. Actually, you can do that. With Studio, at least. Good. And contributor, I didn't see a change that I was expecting. The one with the localization string. Wasn't it merged? Look, datetime shape localization string. It was a constant. I missed it. Interesting.
It was merged, if I remember correctly.
I proved so. Usually it's done quickly. Why don't I see that?
I think you skipped over some PRs.
Oh, because of the reason
beginning.
too. Ah, crap.
Oh,
fix
yes.
alpha slider.
Yeah.
Okay, you fix the slider because it was not working. You are using spans everywhere. Stack catalogs. It's like the fastest code ever.
Totally.
Display type changes. Revert. Yeah, one file. No, this is just a breaking change notice that got applied the same refactoring, but it didn't apply for this specific release notes. So it was reverted. This is the one. Yeah. So earlier it was missing one example. This is a namespace. This is fixing the fact that this localized string was using a constant, so the PO extractor could not extract the value of the thing to translate, so it will not be translated. So now you can translate that, which means if in your culture you want a datetime shape to render differently from that one, you can now localize that. This came up as someone wanted to localize the format that we hard-coded in some view. And we saw that using a datetime was not a solution either, the datetime shape. So now, yeah, people are supposed to do that. They can pass a custom string format, which in this case would be localized version of the text. And oh, this is where we skipped. Okay, cool. Done. And what do we have for next week? So no triage on Thursday. I have a doctor appointment on Thursday. And at the exact time of our meeting, so we'll see each other next Tuesday. Handling string values to liquid templates. Oh, yes, because all the things that come from an HTTP request come as string values, most of them. String values value, with value type. Beautiful. Did you ask Copilot to do it? No.
Only the description and the unit test.
Okay. That's good enough. I do that sometimes. I'm like, I edit some code and I'm like, okay, write all the unit tests. And he does a good job. So this is a new liquid value, string values that wraps string values.
Yeah, and it should act like an array, so it doesn't break anything, I hope.
Good. So you test for the values count equals 0. I would have it test for values count equals 1 also. Because the string values, the most common thing is to have either 1 or multiple values. So internally,
yeah, this course contains on the string values below.
Oh, so
in
the context does that.
occurrences, I did that, what you said.
Okay, the context does that, you're right. Good job.
In the
value, okay, this behaves like an array. it's usually, so I've seen by the compiler that it's usually better to just use a switch, because the compiler will be able to optimize to generate this code if it's the better code, or to find other patterns. So the switch operator is actually more clever than just
yeah, but the compiler will be able to convert this if he likes to.
Values, and where do you use that? Value converter. Okay. And all these specific types you say.
Yeah, for form values, values and headers.
Nice. So it generated all the tests.
Yeah.
So we trace the test, not the rest. Okay.
Yeah, some has to be adjusted and some were duplicated, but in general it did a good job.
Might also be interesting in the fluid library, in the packages that deal with MVC or estimate. There is a custom package for that, but yeah, that will work. Good. Thank you very much. So we have that. Links as recipe. Let's see if I don't understand by just looking. A big PR from Antoine and Copilot to create everything using the net 10 and just the net 10. And also update the code to reflect the breaking changes or required changes. Like this one. But this one didn't work for me, so maybe it do it better now. Like what I mean is that it was compiling, but not working.
Yeah, at the top, compiling, yes, but not building and
so it needs to be tested.
Those are all the breaking change that makes a few things obsolete. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, so we use this property. You see, like so, like this change here. I saw that because I will show you. So version 37, it says don't use non-networks anymore. Use non-IP networks, and the PR made is now using non-IP network. Good, but it's completely broken in .NET. And I know that because everyone is on vacation right now in the SPNet team. Well, the two major devs who own this part of the code. So I'm the only one who works, actually. So they asked me to fix it for 10.0. So we just ship it like last week. I don't know why it says 2 weeks ago. It was much last week. And it's completely broken. This new property. Like we had 3 people reporting it, testing RC2. So
okay. So there's gonna be an RC2.
Yeah. So when the RC2 is shipped, then it will work. But right now it won't work because look at that. It's very interesting. So they obsoleted this property, and there is this new one, and the current code is still using the 2 of them. So we keep updating this one, but it's still reading this one. So if you do a clear, we are clearing this one, but not this one, which has a default value. And then there is no way to clear the default value, and it will never work.
Okay.
So that's what this PR is doing. And guess who generated all the tests? Not me. That's fun.
So new best friend.
Yeah, dude, like it's creating the test for us. Like nobody wants to write the test, and now there is someone
I
who
hate
is
tests.
fine.
Yes.
So a test by Copilot is better than no test by ourselves, right? And usually they are good. So that's great. I love it. And if you think about a test, you can also say, hey, but you forgot a test like this, and it will do it also. Like beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Like, so this morning I was, you won't see it here, but I was like, hey, I have some JavaScript code, write the same thing in Python. I wrote everything. I didn't have to learn Python to write Python. Beautiful. Okay, all good. We'll see that next time. Oh, that's my active. Good.
Yeah, and about AI and agents, I was suggesting that we could have a file like the copilot-instructions.nd so you know a bit better about Orchard and what to do in Orchard core. Yeah.
So some example of why it's used for instance, in Inspire to test the thing or to build it, we have custom scripts. So we see running test. If you want to run test, run this command and filter out the ones we don't want to test and so on, like quarantine. Whatever. So
And the first thing it does when you are assigning a PR or an issue to a Copilot, it's checking if you have this kind of file. It's suggesting you to create one if there is none. Yeah.
So better than this one, there is a new one down, agent.md.
Yeah.
Agents.md. Oh, what? They even got the agent and MD to redirect to the agent.md.
Oh.
So this is the same file.
The two domains.
This is the same file, but for any agent, not just Copilot. So that's better actually to use this file.
Okay.
Well, is Copilot listed here? Does Copilot understand that? I don't see it here. I think it does. Yes, because I saw it from the .NET presentation.
Okay.
So cool. Okay, thanks everyone.
That's like a README for agents. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More than a README actually. It's also well, yeah, kind of. It's instruction. Yeah, README. Yeah, it's how to set up the thing, how to build, what code to write, like where to put the code, like use constants, don't use constants, or use body expressions, don't use body expressions, things like that. Or when you see someone complaining about the body expression, then just ignore it or whatever.
Yeah.
Good. Just for Ishan. Okay. See you next week. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye-bye.